Dragonflies eat them.
Yeah.
I think dragonflies can eat other stuff, though, so we don't need mosquitoes.
They probably eat regular flies.
That's something I'd love to be extinct. Fucking mosquito.
Yeah. But then how else would we get West Nile virus or
Oh, yeah.
bloodborne disease?
Prenatal disorder or whatever. It's yeah. So is everyone's back, right? Right.
Yep, sorry.
Yep.
Just came back. So yeah. Rup, rup.
I would have thought the basement would have been a better place to interrogate this guy, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe there's a dramatic scene when the enemy reinforcements come.
We
that-
should probably like have a lookout
I'm-
designated.
As I
got
said,
the dog.
4 was a lookout. I've already established this.
Well, yeah, but I
That
don't
in
know how
character we don't
else
think
it
of.
looks, but dogs are very poor vision. But I guess, yeah, sure. We have
They're literally bred to be guard dogs sometimes, so...
Yeah, but if you kill it to stay in one place, I mean, it's going to be very good at telling you if anything comes from the north.
Although their vision's not very good, their smell and their hearing is excellent, so...
Yep.
I mean, but we also wouldn't assume anything else is coming. As far as we're aware, druids
Yeah,
were just
you don't know in character about any possible reinforcements.
Yeah, so that leads me to the thing I was gonna do, which is kind of just slap the druid awake. Just, front hand, backhand, one across each cheek. Just be like, okay, we're gonna ask you some simple questions here. And you're gonna answer those questions, or you'll die. He says, I'm gonna take this gag off of your mouth. When I do, you answer the question, and then I'll put it back. So, yeah.
Don't you
What,
mean or you'll put it back?
No, I'm gonna put it back whenever he's done talking.
Okay.
You're undermining
what do you
the
guys wanna ask
interrogation.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not good at this.
No, it's great in character. You're like picking his description.
So, do you guys have any questions for this guy?
I mean, why are the druids here in the winery in the first place? I guess that's a good start.
Why do they attack outside? What's up with those blights?
Yeah, and the birds and the...
Well, yeah. Generally, just what the fuck.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what are you doing, man? What are you doing with your life?
As far as the druid is resistant to tell you guys anything.
Oh, if he acts like that, I'm gonna go find a bucket.
Yeah.
And actually, no,
We
I'm
can
gonna take one of
waterboard
these.
him with wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna take one of these casks of wine. I'm gonna bring it over here and rip the top off.
Oh my god, you're
And
fucking
he
waterboarding
refuses to say things, and I'm just gonna hold his head under for 10 seconds, bring him back up, see if he seems more
Yeah.
willing to talk.
And I'm
Get-
like,
get a
yeah,
little
this
drunk
isn't our
too,
first
might listen him out.
interrogation. You really want to cooperate or die.
You're gonna talk. It's gonna happen. We're
So-
really good at this.
Yeah, so once again, I'm going to be good cop, and I'm like, yeah, we've done this before. Seriously, you want to talk, or you will be tortured more seriously than that.
It will be
Um,
less fun.
You ever die?
Hmm.
You wanna try?
Yeah, death is not an escape here.
I assume he's just looking at all the corpses.
Yeah, that's why I thought the basement would have been better as well.
I mean, there are corpses up here too. I assume.
I
I
guess.
mean, he saw us turn his friends into cops, right?
Yeah, we killed a lot of his friends, so
I think
he's
that's why he was
yes.
running away.
Anyway,
He,
yeah.
smiles up at Lucian, and Lucian do a dex check.
Okay.
Well, they always fight back, and they always pay for it.
Nice. Okay. Um,
Bunch
you guys won't find this too gay,
That's
but
better.
we'll find out what you guys do. You notice him smiling at you, and as he's smiling, you notice blood coming out of his mouth, past his lips, and down his chin. And you see it's a lot. It's a little bit at first, and then it's a lot more. And you see his face begin to go quite pale.
One.
Yeah,
Hmm,
should I do
open one?
medicine and see if he's like
Yeah.
feigning death or something?
No, and that's a great medicine check. You can tell he bit his tongue to try to kill himself.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not going to let you die until we get the information. You could die
And
afterwards.
even if you succeed at dying, that's not an escape, dude. Like I've seen this. I pointed Mikhail. I've seen this guy bring someone back from the death just to torture him some more. Just
Yeah.
spare yourself that experience and spare myself the side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
But yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to try to save his life somehow.
Oh,
even if
by
they
all
can-
means,
Oh.
I
Oh,
use
yeah, I
medicine
can-
kit on him to stabilize him.
I'm trying to think of what would a medicine kit have in it to prevent somebody from bleeding to death or biting their tongue?
I mean, bandages and other injuries he
Oh,
has.
don't put your hands in there.
I could put a leech on it.
I mean, can't Michael just like magically heal him?
And
yeah, of course that can happen. I'm just trying to think of like if from a conventional medicine perspective, it would be very hard to treat. I know it's possible, but that must be really dangerous. Sure. You gotta.
If only
use
there was a guy with
use
healing
your-
magic.
to do it.
You could just touch him and
Yeah, I'm just saying you have to use something. I'm just saying whoever wants to do it, you have to use something.
Oh, by all means,
So,
medicine. I
if
might
you
as
wanna
well
use-
save the spell.
Yeah, we can either use a spell or we can use a use of the healer's kit.
I wouldn't recommend putting your hands in there to bandage his tongue because
He's
people
suffering.
can.
Correct.
I'm not gonna bandage his tongue. I'm gonna heal his other injuries so he doesn't bleed otherwise.
I think the tongue is the thing that's.
The tongue is
Yeah, I
lethal.
think the tongue is what he's trying to.
By all means, I'll jam a dagger so he can't bite down.
I don't know if that's very good for working on a suicidal person.
Yeah,
They're already in the mindset.
I mean, the dagger,
trying
the
to-
side of the dagger would be blunt handle.
I'm
you know,
just.
pieces.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
Hooray!
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just grumbling. Still in pain. It doesn't really necessarily get rid of that. It does eventually, but not immediately.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and I'm gonna punch him in the face after he heals him.
Not really much change in his behavior. He just stares at you with brutal contempt and says, if you think this is all this is all of our power, you are sorely mistaken.
I don't know. We kind of beat your ass quite easily. We've seen much more worthy opponents than yourself. We've destroyed more worthy opponents than yourself.
He says, you shall see. And he just leans back pretty confidently, surprisingly.
Alright.
and
What the
doesn't-
hell do you people want? We just got
Yeah.
here, and then you attacked us.
I'm gonna dunk his head under.
That
in
wasn't
the
very
wine
cash
barrel.
money.
Don't you want to tell us about your your holy mission or whatever?
And before you answer, I'm gonna roll like insight on the just wait and see comment.
Go right ahead. You believe him.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm like, what
he's
do
not
you
lying.
what do
Or
you
at
have
least you believe
planned?
he's not lying.
Before he like asks him anything, I'm gonna hold his head in the wine barrel for seconds this time.
Listen
And
up.
of course, regardless of his intentions earlier, it's pretty hard to overcome a lot of basic instincts. So he still struggles for a time, but he gives up quicker than most would, because again, he might be trying to kill himself. So
Yeah, I'll pull him out if he like completely stops struggling.
he does, and you do.
No, throw him back against the wall, slap him a couple. Hey,
Yeah.
quit that shit.
Yeah, again, he's completely uncooperative. I don't really know what much means, at least so far, that I could see from you guys that would get him to do much.
Cole, do you know any? What would you hate to be tortured by? What would make you talk, Cole, if you were being tortured?
I don't know. It all depends on the person, really.
Oh shit, was that racist?
No, it's classist, if anything, because they're both
That's
druids.
true.
Well, how do you think he feels about the natural world? Would he get pissed, like, if you just
Punched a cow in front of him.
decay some plant or flower? Would he get mad if you go find a rabbit and then just cut his throat in front of him?
Well, then also, I agree with that. That would likely work better, but would it affect you? I mean, I don't see you being necessarily.
Lucian wouldn't be above any
I'm talking
of
about
that.
specifically Cole. That question.
Oh, I have a
thing that
candle.
Cole,
Yeah, how much does Cole care about choking bunnies or whatever?
I imagine more than any of you, unless you're like
Yeah.
one's kind of a softie. When it
That's
comes
not
to,
a very highest.
But yeah, beyond like maybe one who's a softie for cute animals, I don't think it would really matter too much. But I don't know. I don't think any druid at all, other than like an actual straight up evil druid, would be able to just allow that to happen, at least to an excessive amount. Like in one or two, I can see that being okay, but going and burning out an entire forest, I don't think you can. I don't think Cole would ever allow that to happen.
I'm going to light a candle and put the flame under his feet.
Yeah, of course he screams and writhes and moves and tries to get out of the way.
I'm gonna
But he-
try to go find a creature. Sorry, just some sort of cute woodland.
That's not hard to do. I mean, this is a rural area. It would take very little time at all to find a rat, a rabbit, bird of some basic kind, and you have enough dexterity and ability in general to be able to catch one in a basic manner, enough to keep it alive.
And I'm gonna look at Cole and I'm gonna be like, I don't think you be. And I'm just gonna
Dramatic anime.
just gonna look this guy in the eye and be like, do you care about this bird?
And he says, he actually, for the first time relative to any other time, he gives you a look of more concern, but he's still trying to put on more of an act. So from your perspective, his behavior changed only subtly, not dramatically. He's not
So
like-
that's interesting. Why would a servant of Strahd care so much about nature?
And then I'm going to snap it.
Oh, that's a
Well-
okay. That's just
Well,
ridiculous.
let's go in order. In response to the question that one offered, he would say servant, in like in questioning manner. But before he can really go into any more detail than that, Lucien just straight up murders a rabbit. And then the druid just tries to like move out toward you. I mean, he's manacled and all that. I get that, but he like tries to rush at you as best he can in an incredibly restrained state, and is stopped by his bindings, and then
We're prepared to
says-
do quite a lot to defeat Strahd, as you can see. We would even go against our own morality if it meant getting the job done.
the druid is gritting its teeth and quite angry. It looks to Cole and says, "You would tolerate this? You obviously have some talents similar to her own, at least. Those that can't be attained without some connection.
To
Would
nature.
you really, yeah, would you truly follow with them, or more? No, I'm going to retract that. He says, "Why do you follow these brutes?"
I punched him in the face. Don't
We
call me that.
We may share the same talents, but we don't have the same outlook.
Well, Cole, strictly speaking, you don't know, but don't know that because he hasn't told us shit about what he believes or why they fucking
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, they have not. He, in response to Cole's statement, which I do like Cole, that is correct. He says, he just kind of pauses for a moment, and then looks at the floor, and kind of, I wouldn't say disbelief, but more serious consideration. By far the most serious you've seen from him so far. And then he just kind of slumps his head and says, you asked for Wineways here. We were asked to come here to look for something. And then stay to keep the winery in our possession in case anybody else came.
I mean, let's see. Was it? I'm not going to give away what we found. I say, questioningly, was it a magical item?
He kind of looks. He kind of bites his lip to the side, kind of trying to be very specific with his words, make sure he doesn't give away too much, and
I
says, "It is certainly important and powerful." That's what he says.
Can I go grab another woodland creature real quick?
It's like, do you want to borrow my whip by any chance?
Problem is time. There's a lot of the time is passing by doing all that. So
Oh, yeah, I
I'm gonna have to
understand.
say
I mean, even if it's
you
something
can
in
you can
here,
attempt to do so, but I'm not gonna say whether you come back immediately or not. That's
I
kind
was
of
gonna say-
selling everything. But my point is, you're not gonna just go grab one and come back. The scene
Is
won't
there
allow
like a
that.
rat? Is there a rat in here?
Yeah. Okay. Do you wanna do
One
something-
shields her pet rat very fiercely.
He eyes
Yeah.
it.
There are just generic, regular rats.
Okay. I'm just gonna go grab a rat, and I'm just gonna look him in the eye and say, "Tell me what it is now." And then I just show him the rat.
And he says, in response to that, "There's nothing you could do to get me to go against her wishes."
And when he says that, I snap the rat's neck and then I stuff it in his mouth.
Wow. Okay. Jeez. I'm gonna have to
Jesus.
move your alignment sometime soon.
Yeah.
There's being resistant, what's the word? Apathetic,
Yeah.
and then there's being kind of
There is
And there's fucking Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
there is torturing for necessity
yeah.
and just straight up enjoying it.
It's not
Yeah.
enjoyable. This guy's not talking either, so he's got to.
right. But either way, he just growls and just he he closes his eyes as tight as he can and grits his teeth and tries to ignore it. Trying
I'll
to
take
remain
it
silent
out.
all the same.
I'll take it out once he closes his eyes, and then ask him the question again.
He spits many times, trying to rid himself of the disgusting flavor. If you want to put it that way. And says, as disgusting and as cruel as you are still nothing compared to her.
And who would her be? I assume you're waiting for us to ask.
You know, as crude as these methods admittedly are, at least we're not fucking trying to murder anyone unprovoked.
Yeah, that's you want to look for silver linings. I guess that's true. Yeah.
So, why did you
but
attack
anyway.
us?
He says in response to that question that you had one, only with a big smile, like a big shit-eating grin, as they call it, and says, Baba La Saiga, and that's all he says.
Ah, son of a bitch. God damn it. We gotta go, guys.
Yeah, let's pack up and leave right now.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do we see any houses in the distance coming towards us?
Are you serious?
Fuck this vineyard. We have to go, guys.
Guys, I've been looking forward. Okay, I wasn't there for the first. Looking forward to a rematch.
Oh no.
Maybe if it was her alone, but not her house. Fuck that house. It's like, let's leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock him out again. I think we should leave. ASAP, Rocky.
This is okay. Wait. Let's table the question of whether you want to confront that lady again. He said there's like a power magic thing here, right?
Yes.
She can have it. Let's leave.
Well, are you serious?
No,
Wow.
no. Like we can quickly look, but I'm not. I'm not engaging in combat with her for a long while.
Well, she doesn't have that house, actually. Interesting.
If she doesn't have the house, by all means,
I don't
roll
know.
attack.
He could. I mean, it moved. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We will
seriously,
definitely see it.
Darius, keep a lookout for that house.
Yeah, if you see a giant house with like chicken legs, then run.
Yeah. Okay, so he passed out or something?
No, he's just has his head hanging down after giving you a look of defiance and confidence. But I think you may have punched him. I'm not sure after that. But regardless, he's not responding.
What do you know about? What did he say, Baba Yaga?
He just said Babala Saiga. Yes, Saiga.
Babala Saiga.
Yeah, that's the same woman that.
Yeah.
Which woman he ran into in Perez that. he
Yeah,
really killed.
almost killed the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What? Okay. Well, he already said he's looking for something here. Why did he attack us? He seems to be aligned with her. That seems to be the explanation.
Why is he aligned with her? I mean, he in response to that, he says she's our leader. She is.
No, she's a hag, right?
Whatever you want to call her, she is what's the word I'm looking for? She has a connection to these lands greater than any other being here, even Shroud.
Greater than property rights, land ownership.
Yeah, illegal. She has a great power of attorney.
Yeah.
Great. So these druids are a bunch of delusional hag worshippers. That's what I'm getting here, guys.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm actually not feeling all that bad about the fact that we killed a lot of them now.
Yeah,
Just,
no, I used to be on the fence, but yeah.
Oh, that was the question. What about the birds? What were they about? The crows.
He laughs immediately in response to that question and says, "You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? Like we're brother.
What do you mean you don't?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You don't know what they are.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to know if you knew deception.
Though,
Oh! Even as a
he
joke,
just
that's
gives you a very
great.
perplexed look and says, "This farm is owned by a family of were-ravens."
Wow.
Now Mark does his little dance because
Yeah, Mark called it.
I called it.
Yep.
Holy shit! I was just joking.
Yep.
I made that up.
Yeah.
Like all those people we met earlier were way ravens.
Where ravens?
Yes.
What the
I mean,
hell is
according to
that?
him. According to him, you don't know that for certain at all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
no,
could
I just-
roll an insight.
According
or
to
something.
him, he says that. He makes that claim.
Ah, they better not have left my card on.
I mean,
Yeah. And yeah, he's telling the truth, or he you
As far as I
believe he
know,
is.
yeah.
Is fine.
That's. I mean, what the hell are were ravens? I asked like Cole. I mean, are they naturally bad creatures or?
Compared to werewolves, this is something that Lucian would know.
Oh, Lucian. as
Anything where blank is
Yeah.
something he would be aware of, and that was not a pun I meant. But anyway, he is knowledgeable of it, and he knows that were-ravens aren't necessarily as bloodthirsty as other, at least werewolves, and some other forms of hybrid creatures like that. Were-ravens are typically kind of more elusive. What's the word? Solitary. That's the word I was looking for.
Chill.
They kind of keep in their own groups and try to be away from other people.
I see. So
It kind of makes
sounds
sense
chill.
in the context of like, wait, they were a close knit family that were off on their own on a vineyard. Huh?
And they
Well,
didn't
that
go get. They didn't even try to get help. They just sat
Yeah.
in the woods instead of going to the nearest town. Makes sense.
yeah. Even if they were what's claimed here, they still could be still could be overrun. They're not invulnerable. Like nothing is.
Yeah.
So Cole's gonna leave.
Yep.
Upon hearing the Baba Yaga
Yeah, Baba Saga. I put it in the
or
chat.
whatever, and then before that, of the druid saying like, "You'll see, things are coming," blah blah blah. I get the feeling that something might be approaching here soon,
Right.
and so I'm gonna leave, shift into a giant eagle, and take up into the sky and just be on like a watch, almost.
Looking for
Fantastic.
Sense.
walking houses nearby.
Just kind of do like a circle around the area. As an eagle, I can be up there for 4 hours. So
I'm when
Okay,
you're leaving,
yeah.
I'm like, where are you going? You explain what you're doing, and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe we
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
prepare those horses outside for a quick escape if need be. But isn't there like horse and cart outside, or is it just a cart on its own?
As far as what is outside to the northward, is everything's nothing different, and you don't hear anything at the moment as far as you yourself, Cole, or anything. As far as you guys could tell right now, you are still alone and you've cleared out this area, but it has only been a matter of like since the end of combat. Let's say 5-ish minutes,
Yeah.
10 minutes tops.
So I think we're just about done here, I said to the rest of the group. So what about him? What do you... We just leave him here,
Oh,
kill him?
That's an easy one. Yeah, and he pulls out the lightsaber and he just kind of
What the,
shoves
the,
it in his mouth.
Yeah, let's make sure that anybody else had any other questions before.
Yeah, did anyone
Yeah.
else have any other questions? Because I'm out of questions.
no.
Yeah, was
I
the
guess-
wand the
well,
magical item that we were told about?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't-
are
you
you guys
don't-
serious about? You're just gonna leave before fight whatever it is. She
Yeah,
covered.
you don't know what the item is, and he doesn't say. he just says he said it was powerful. He didn't confirm that it was a wand. If you ask, it is a wand. He says he just smiles at you and as a look of it pretty much telling you no. If it was what they were looking for, wouldn't he? It would be more of an expression of, wait, you found
Shit,
it.
they found it.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
I don't think this one like would be it because it's just a +1. If it was the like +3 version, then yeah, maybe.
Alright.
Yeah, I agree with that reasoning.
Okay, so we kill him and we're leaving. Is that right?
Sure, why stop us 3 murdering captives now?
I mean,
No.
he didn't cooperate with
Well, we
us,
still have the item to
really.
find,
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
fun.
there's not.
we
Just gonna
explained if he cooperated,
simulate
we'd
it.
kill it. Let him go.
Once everybody's done with their questions, just gonna look at him. He's gonna put the rep. No, he's not gonna. He's just. He doesn't.
leave him ironically to be eaten alive by the rats. It's like,
Or the fucking
He's gonna
raven.
Take all of his equipment off of this guy, so I'm behind.
Yeah, no, I was joking about the were-ravens. I didn't know they were a thing.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of myself.
well, as long as we don't run into any were turtles or something.
So guys, do you want to set up a castle defense here, since it seems as if we'll be having company soon?
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
what
no
is your-
sign of anyone, so I think we're just leaving, right?
Yeah, are you leaving the winery to whatever possible counterattack that's coming, or are you holding your ground? I need to know.
I think we're
Well,
leaving.
if we haven't found the item,
Are we? Alright.
did-
Sure, we're leaving.
Here's the item that we
Yeah,
haven't found yet.
we haven't.
Yeah, you guys don't know.
If you're all
if
on
you
the
have
same
the item
page
yet.
here, then sure.
Oh,
Remember that you were just told it was a magical item, so what I'm letting you guys know at the consideration point, it could be that wand, it could not be. You don't know what the,
I mean, we're fairly
Not
certain we
like
searched everywhere, right? Is there a basement? Is there any
I was
levels
gonna-
and rooms? We
There
I was
a
gonna
sub-base.
say, can we use that?
you did not find anything in the house, and you did look everywhere. I'll be nice to say that.
Can we? Would it matter if we use that wand of secrets like in each floor, like upstairs?
Just so you know, the Wand of Secrets only finds hidden doors.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm assuming. It's like behind a hidden door or something.
Okay, if you're gonna be thorough, I'm gonna allow you to do this little search, and then you're gonna have to either run away or do the fight at that time. But let me give you what is in there, because there is something in the in one of the rooms that you did not see because you did not use a Wand of Secrets. Let me find it.
Was it behind that tapestry in the bedroom?
No, but it was in the bedroom.
That would be my first guess.
There you go. Here we go. There is a locket. Okay, sorry. I need to actually explain where it was. The chest in the master bedroom had a false floor. In secret compartment. Actually, it's a secret compartment in the lid, so not a false floor. And in the secret compartment, you find a locket containing a painted portrait of a beautiful woman and a pouch containing 5 gemstones. So,
Do I see the item as magic? The true sight?
no, it's not. So I'll put the gold locket there, and then this as well. I don't know why you guys need gold anymore, but that's what was there. So
Oh, Michael definitely needs gold.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It's-
if
it's
that
very
was-
poor.
If that was hidden in the chest, I might as well take the other.
I
one, too.
mentioned it several times to you guys.
you did not specifically check everything about the chest.
I did not check the chest, but I did mention the gold in the chest to the party. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought you guys took the gold and put it in the party bucket. That's why I put it in the description layer earlier. So
All right.
Well,
Yep,
I
I
did
did.
leave it then, but now I would take
Okay.
it. So it doesn't matter. Yeah.
All the same, the gold is gone, the locket's gone, and the 5 gemstones are gone.
Oh, but wait.
And
So
your
none
insight to
none of these. So none of those things were magic, right?
no, your insight does not go off and like say, this is something weird about this. Nope, this is all mundane shit. I mean, the locket might have sentimental value to someone because of the locket containing the portrait of a beautiful woman, but that's about
That's
it.
just us.
Actually, I want to do something interesting. Who has the best perception? That would be cool. Wait, Pacific, I need to get more here. Do you show that thing to anybody else? The locket, or do you just take it?
Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna show it around because I think it's probably the magic item. Like I wouldn't know if it was.
Okay.
And is there
Any
any
reason-
true sight
All
that
right.
would come into
No, we
it?
already answered that question.
Yeah.
Cole, do a perception check against the locket.
Against the locket.
I'm up in the sky.
Yeah, I think he's.
You did this beforehand. Well,
Oh, okay.
actually, no, you were right. You did say you were going to do that right away, so you can't do it. Who's the second best person with perception?
I've got.
Got plus
Uh,
4.
Like passive perception.
Probably Michael, because he has wisdom as well.
I have.
Let me look really quick. I can very quickly check.
I mean, I've got a plus 3 with the you know, jack of all trades and whatnot. But
Michael's effective perception is
I'm sure it's more.
+4. So, and then
It is.
Same as me.
all right. So either one of you, only one of you, can do a perception check. Either Michael or Lucian.
Yeah, go for it, Mike.
okay,
Alright.
just don't get in that one, like you did.
Okay, yeah, Michael, you recognize that? Hey, this definitely bears a resemblance to the. It's definitely a family member of the people you met in the forest northward.
You look like a
The
relative of
owners-
someone who lives here.
Yes.
Yep.
Is a better way of putting it.
That is amazing.
Oh.
They look related to the Were Raven people.
So there's
I'm
there's
gonna go back
pictures
out
of their
and-
family inside their home. That's unusual.
That's just crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
What's up
No,
with
I
those
never see
guys?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hang on. If these guys are wary, and there's a mythical item somewhere,
I laugh on the inside every time I hear Were Raven. I just giggle a little bit inside.
they probably kept it on them. And since this lady was hidden in some hidden compartment, he has.
I see it.
I
Thing.
don't follow.
Yeah, I don't follow it neither.
I see a thing. Hey guys, there's a thing.
A thing.
1 second, I'm on a different map, so let me look where the hell you're looking.
Oh, I didn't even realize everyone was moving.
Okay.
Two in my patrol, flying through the air with the wind in my feathers.
All right. Yeah, totally. That's 100% okay. That it looks like an outhouse. You open the door. It's an outhouse. Let me see if there's anything in there. And I'll
Damn
get
it,
to you
Michael.
in a moment. Cool. Let me. Anything important about that? W7. Sweet-smelling herbs hang from the eaves of this ramshackle wooden outhouse, which has a small crescent moon carved into its door.
Classic.
Herbs are meant to mask the smell of an outhouse. North of there is a well.
Can I look in the well?
Sure. Nothing stopping me doing that.
Can I throw a copper piece into the well? No.
Do whatever you want.
No.
Yeah, I'm
think
just
that's
gonna
spells.
look down,
It's a well.
see how
Uh,
far it goes.
Well, we meet again.
Yep. It's a ring of tight-fitting, moss-covered stone encloses a 40-foot deep well. And it's got water up to fairly high, so it's you know it rains here well and often enough that it's full. It has water in it. Is my point.
Plenty of water inside.
Oh, so I can't look at
Um,
the bottom.
No, it's just water. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there might be something way, way down, but you can't see anything. Even with your
Hmm.
insight, you're not.
If
It's
only-
just water.
If only we had create or destroy water, maybe.
Cole, while you're flying up there, you notice not you're sharing a decent amount of traffic with ravens, normal ravens, regular ravens.
Okay.
Let me touch on another thing. So there's the dead druid inside that you guys interrogated, and there's a big pile of druids next to 4.
Whoa.
You see the one there. There are more than one there. I just didn't want to flood you guys with tokens. There's like all of the
Right.
druid bodies are there in a pile.
Ah, right. Pile of dead ones. I thought you meant living were coming towards us, but yeah.
No. Dead.
If only I had control water ready.
Mm.
It's 100 foot per cube.
Roll out.
Well, we got plenty of buckets, but that would take us a while to empty it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go first?
And like I said, Lucian's insight, not insight, true sight is the word I'm looking for. Didn't see anything down there.
and I assume we don't have breathe underwater to swim down.
Is there a heavy rock?
Doesn't Darius have
You
an
can easily find a
Does
stone that
Darius have what?
imp or something? Do they need to like
breathe.
breathe air?
It has the stats of a rat, so yes, it does.
Oh.
I'll be fine. I'm gonna
Who's ever heard of a
take off
drowning
my hat,
rat?
my mask, my trench coat, just put them in a. Going to hand Lucian a 50-foot.
I grab it.
Gonna be like, if I tug on it, pull me
All right.
quickly.
I can do
I
that.
respect your martial ability. This is the first time Michael's done anything like physical, like also taking off his coat. What does Michael look like without his coat on?
We have wings.
Let's get some more roleplay going in here.
Yeah, he's just average build. Like he's not like bulky or anything. He's got decent strength, so he's good. Yeah, I'm thinking like short-ish, black hair, just pale skin, and just white eye.
Yeah, and he looks like a
Um,
human. And how
yeah.
tall is he again? Remind me, like 6 something.
It's like 6'1".
Okay.
My height.
All right. So yeah, just a tall, human-looking man with pale skin, black hair, pupilless eyes, and decent shape.
One sees him undressed and she's like, "Oh my!"
Michael wraps the rope around his waist, and he talks to Lucian to make sure they're on the same page, and he jumps inside the well.
With the heavy rock, so I just sink to the bottom quickly.
Yep.
And I'm going to look around.
You got
Yeah.
like a knife ready to cut yourself in the rocks or something.
Actually, Lucian's probably strong enough to pull him up, but all the same, you don't find anything down there. Lucian, you almost run out of rope by the time he reaches the bottom, but almost. Let's say you find some bones, some like a coin, like a copper piece. Not like a lot of bones. I'm talking like a dead animal that goes in there or something. Nothing, not like a huge skeleton.
You found a copper piece.
You know, rocks, nothing else. It's a bona fide regular old well.
Well, that was worth exploring.
One of those moments, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have those moments in this game.
Oh, now you have to tug on the rope
I-
and be like, "Oh, you do not want to
Tug
go
on the
down
rope.
there."
Feel the tug and I pulling him up.
Okay. Michael, without issue, reaches the top. Now is
The copper
back
piece
outside.
in hand.
You're really scraping the bottom of the well on this one.
Yeah.
We'll add one copper piece to my inventory.
That was well worth it.
Yep. Rich.
There we
These
go.
puns. These puns are great.
Okay. But with all this time passing, Cole, you notice from the south, through the fog, a very large force of various beasts of differing sizes. Some of them humanoid in size, some of them substantially larger. Um, like nearly some of them are taller than nearly as tall as the roof of this building. Like they're nearly that tall. Walking or moving this way. You don't have any raw details yet. I'm just letting you know that you see movement.
So Michael getting dressed, I'm
As-
supposing.
Yeah, I figured.
As I see this, I'm gonna tuck my wings in and do a dive, straight down like towards the party. As I do, I'm gonna let out like an eagle scream, and then I'm gonna shoot back up into the air and fly towards this massive of things.
Okay.
What
Then
is-
I'm gonna
coming at us?
Does anyone speak Eagle?
What is it, Lassie? What is
I
it,
think
Lassie?
he
Did
saw
Michael
something.
get caught down the well?
Yeah, however you guys want to interpret that, the non-Cole people. But Cole, I want to move you to this map for a second, because
Yeah.
nobody else should be able
As
to
a
see
giant,
this.
as a giant eagle, I can understand Aran and Common. I just can't speak.
Yep.
I'm not sure what he's.
Yeah, we
I
we
think
didn't
it
establish any
It's
signal.
screech again if you start trying to say there's an army approaching.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think-
Cole told you guys that he's gonna go and do some
Yeah.
scouting to make sure you guys.
I
And then
would-
he
Yeah,
came
yeah.
down, made a very loud eagle screech to get your attention, and then flew in the southern direction.
Yeah. Do
I
I
would
see
think it would
anything
be-
of note from a distance?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem like a big, like stretch to assume.
All right, Cole, can you see now? We moved maps.
As soon as I find where my token's at. No, it's all
Oh.
black.
You don't have sight. There you go. Oh, and let me give you. You're gonna have vision. I'm pretty sure. Does not have dark sight. But let's just say. I just want to make sure only you can see this. So. I'm gonna give you just a shit ton of vision right now.
I mean, he's got the
Yeah.
the high
Unless it's nighttime,
ground.
I should be able to see.
There. Can you see now? You should be able to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's what you see. Marching toward you. Yeah. Do you want to do anything at this moment or head back to your group?
Once I see this army, I'm going to, head back to the group.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna delete your token and move back to the map. Just wanted to give you that opportunity to get a better
Yeah.
understanding of what you're gonna be dealing with.
Okay. Do you land at all? Because I could do forts without you breaking your shape.
Yeah. How much range does the tech thoughts have? You might be able to do it pretty easily.
It's not detect fort. It's not detect forts. It's just tongues or whatever it is.
Oh,
This-
Tom.
Yeah, not
Okay.
detect forts, but it is a touch range. So
Okay. Yeah. That is a. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I misunderstood you earlier when you're talking
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
goat and
yeah.
everything. I thought you were using detect thoughts, and I was like, that makes 100% sense. And yes, that would work, assuming Cole did come down and land beside you.
Yes, I would do that. I'm gonna land on top of the well. I'm gonna perch
Okay.
on the well, kind of bite at my wings as I have an itch. And then, and then I'm gonna look towards the party,
it's
and I'm gonna say in Giant Eagle speech.
Hmm.
Mm, I think I would be able to speak intelligent because I carry over.
it doesn't
My-
matter. I'll just
Your
do.
mental set.
I'll just do
mental
comprehend.
No,
abilities.
what we're gonna do the tongues thing because comprehend languages does not work
Yeah.
for non-humanoid speech.
So
So
yeah, fine.
yeah, if you do tongues, you touch him, he can talk. Cole, yeah, you can talk normally.
Yeah.
You hear Cole's voice out of this bird with some bird accent applied.
Yeah, I'm gonna say overwhelming enemies. Very
That away.
large walking trees. Possibly more druids
Hmm.
coming at us from the south.
Yeah.
Is that all?
So,
About how many would you say?
Rough estimate 20.
Oof.
Give or,
Trees?
no, as a total, as a whole.
Oh.
I
Give
would-
or,
I would say more than that just to help you out.
give
I mean,
or, give or take 10. More give than take.
yeah, yeah.
So about 30 things are walking
Or
towards us. Or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Some
Some of
of
them
them are
massive trees. Yeah.
Well, guys, this is a little above my pay grade.
yeah.
Maybe we should get the Were Ravens to back us up.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think they would be any help. I think we should get the family out of here.
We could either stand and destroy them or run away and just abandon saving the farm, basically, is what the options really are.
I mean, none of us are at full capacity at the
Yeah,
moment.
Yeah.
we could.
yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
could
slots.
definitely come back at higher
Yeah,
chances.
Yeah.
I'm also not doing great.
Yeah, there are a few different approaches to the situation. You guys could try to hold them off here. You could try to go north and say, hey, we're Ravens. We know you're Were Ravens. Help us out. You could just leave. As far as what the Ravens are doing right now with Cole, they, regular Ravens, they were flying around. They saw what you saw. At least you can infer this, because as soon as it was roughly within your line of sight and you went over there, all the Were Ravens kind of flocked together very quickly, turned and headed northward in the direction of where the family was.
Okay, so that's just. I guess we're voting to leave. Is that right?
We could withdraw and come back.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
we're
you
at
could,
full
you could,
strength.
you could go like north, rest, and come back or whatever.
And I think the big pile of
Yeah.
bodies we left is kind of a message to them anyway. So that might. That might psychologically harm them by the time we come back.
All right, so let's just go with the idea that you guys are gonna
Withdraw.
go northward to meet up with the Were Raven family. We can
Yep.
just do that, and then Cole, you can let me know and if you wanna. You don't really even need to on Wild Shape because you can speak for an hour. So
Yeah, my form lasts up to 4 hours.
yeah, so
Well,
let's just say you were already wild shaped for 15 minutes. It's been another couple minutes, so you lost very little, if any.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna take to the sky again, and I'm gonna fly over this group of creatures coming at us. I'm just kind
Alright.
of I'm gonna stay like above them, and then
Yeah.
if they get too close, I'm gonna fly towards the party, let out like another like eagle scream, to like kind of like
Okay.
to kind of let them know, hey, they're getting pretty close. You should pick up the pace.
Yeah. How close are you? Because that does matter. They might try to attack you. I mean,
So-
there are not many things with range attacks, but they might.
I'm gonna scream if they get within 100 feet.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
what I'm
let me
gonna let
see
the
if-
party know.
yeah. I don't know if anything could reach that far. Let me check.
So just because of my trouble making, characteristic, can I set up a alchemist fire and rope like they did with the cart we stole?
Oh yeah, the wagon.
Yeah.
When you get to the wagon.
I said when we stole the wagon, there was the alchemist fire that was rope trapped.
Right, yeah, I
Can
know
I
that, but
set
I'm
up
saying-
something like that here? Because I do have alchemist fires for my shopping.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to do it like in a doorway or something?
Yeah, the main entrance.
Actually,
basically.
yeah. I have a vial too.
I mean,
I'll
I've got two vials,
I-
but yeah, I
I've
guess.
got a vial of alchemist fire and a vial of acid, and you're more than welcome to use both to.
I think
Hold
it
on,
also
these
depends on
guys.
how many ropes we have spare as well, which I think I only have
Yeah, you
one.
have to very specifically tell me. You have to consume these things. You have to consume the
Oh, yeah.
items and then amount of rope. I would say 5 feet of rope per trap.
Oh no, I got 2 hemp ropes.
well-
Yeah, I'll
So
give
5
him.
feet of rope per trap, and then a vial, and then I'm gonna need sleight of hand checks to see how good, like how stealthy they are.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll give him my acid and 10 feet of rope and my alchemist fire,
Okay. So
so he can do his Home Alone thing.
Yeah, you'll have to math out exactly how many traps you're setting.
so how many? Yeah, that's the first one, which is not that great, even though it's +5. That's 2, and that's 3. How many are we setting? You gave me 2,
Yeah, I gave you 2 things.
and I myself am using 1 flask. So, okay.
Okay, so 3 traps of 3 different types of
So,
strengths.
Are you just
Yeah.
going to say that consumes 1 typical rope, 50 foot of rope?
No, it's only 15 feet of rope to make 3 traps. If it's 3 total trap, it's 15 feet. Is it more than that?
I mean, there's only 5 feet remaining. It's not much left of the rope.
Oh, well then, yeah. I mean all that's gone. Then you need to do chunks of rope. So just keep cutting off chunks as you move through.
Okay.
So
So
15 total feet of rope. You can consume one of the ropes you have if it doesn't have enough. And yeah, if it's like less than 5, then that's still fine. That doesn't matter. And
okay.
then I'll write down now what the strengths of those, the stealthiness of the traps.
Okay. Well, I -1 alchemist fire and -1 rope. It's just easier this way.
Okay. And they were all alchemist fire, so 3 alchemist fire.
I thought one of
There
them was
one
acid or
vial
something.
of acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 1 vial of acid.
So 2 alchemist fire, 1 acid. Okay.
So unfortunately, these
That
rolls are so
is-
bad considering +5 and all.
I mean, the first 2 aren't very good, but that 17 is
Yeah, 17 is
great.
going to work well.
That's very hard to see. Unless they're expecting the traps, they'd have to rely on their passive. So I don't think anybody can see that.
Mm.
I don't know why that giant eagle is there, but all the same, the giant eagle. I'll just let's
Jeez,
say
Cole.
That's Cole. And then the party moves northeastward to meet up with the family.
Yeah.
Your wagons are like right about there. The family went deeper in the forest, right about here. So
I'm gonna check
Let's
to
just
see
say-
if everything's still in there.
okay, nothing's changed. The wagon is exactly as you left it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think you guys did some like crowbarring and shit. I can't remember all the details as far as any security measures you took.
Well, we
but
had, like,
as far as you can
locked.
tell, it's completely as you left it, and nothing has changed.
Yeah, I like had everything locked up. I even had some bear traps in there just in case someone got curious.
Okay. And then Lucian, you're probably leading the party through the forest. That matters. So
Yeah, I feel like I would take as like melee guy.
okay. And then I'll need a D. Let's see, a D10.
Okay.
Just a flat D10. Oh, well, that's the worst outcome, actually. You take 10 minutes searching for the camp. Their
Oh.
camp in the forest.
I mean, it makes sense. We
And-
told them to stay outside.
Yeah, they went deep into the forest. Let's say right there, out of sight, and it was pretty well hidden. But you do find them.
I did also
I
thought they were
got-
going to watch our cut for us, but okay.
I thought you said to, well, not steal anything. I thought you kind
Yeah,
of.
I said
Technically,
don't steal anything, but watch.
Them stealing our car, right?
Yeah, but you saw them walk away after they were done talking to you.
Oh, I see.
They weren't going to just stay next to your cart and.
Oh,
watch
well,
it.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
They don't know you that well. But let me pull up.
I locked it
Them
up a couple of times. So.
Yeah, it's secure. Like I said, Lucian was investigating it. It's secure. Okay. So you see the family there of various people. So, what was the family size again? Let me check one more time. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people. An old man, an older man, like his oldest son, I guess, a younger son, an older daughter, and then another man that doesn't look like any of the others in terms of relations. Yeah, they're all just sitting around a campfire or tending to various camp-related activities.
So,
They
why might a bunch of
seem to
druids
notice
be
you.
interested in a necklace, an amulet of yours?
Yeah.
I asked them.
They notice you from further away. Like, they have supernatural perception. They try not to let people know that, but they still notice you all the same because they're on alert. The old man that talked to you before is the one that comes toward you and says, in response to your question, he says, "Amulet? What do you mean?"
Like, describe the
Sounding
gold
good.
amulet that the druids were specifically looking for.
I never said anything about an amulet. Are you trying to lie to them?
I
They said they were trying to find a specific, a magical item.
Oh,
Or an item.
I thought the amulet was the item, but okay, I must be mistaken. Sorry.
Yeah, though the locket you're being.
Yeah, the
no,
lock- yeah.
That was not the
Yeah.
not the thing they were looking for. That was just a locket.
Yeah, the
And
locket.
like I said, the true sight from Lucian said it wasn't magical. That's just a benign locket.
Ah, right. Oh, then. Okay. The druids are looking for something particularly magical on your property. Would you happen to know what that might be?
He looks back behind him at his family, hesitating for a moment, and then stepped closer to you, trying to be a bit more quiet, and says, "I guess I have to give you more information than I had originally."
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, right?
There are. We have in our possession a collection of. Well, I wouldn't say collection, it's smaller than that. It's a 3 seeds of some sort. They look sort of like pine cone shaped gems. They glow in a greenish color as bright as a torch. And they're very important to our family and possibly of importance to the entire country, that they don't fall in the wrong hands.
I assume there's
Ah.
some sort of anti-blight seeds or something. No.
He doesn't go into any detail about what they specifically are, but he does
So-
say he does say he knows where they are, or he has an assumption of where they are.
Where did you get these from?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to come up with something to see.
Oh no, that's cool.
That's always fun. No. I have to do it. I'm DM. I have to do my job. He says they've been passed down in our family for many generations. We've had this vineyard for perhaps
Many
centuries
generations.
now. And, yes, many generations. And the seeds. Man, I don't even know what they fucking do. God damn! I wish they would tell me that. But they, the seeds are very, very dangerous. They fall in the wrong hands. We know of a nearby hag or crone of some kind that was looking for them.
I give the
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
It wouldn't happen to be. Yeah. Go on.
So
Yeah,
we
Andreas.
have
they-
good
they-
news and bad news.
Yeah, we heard this from one of the druids talking to one another as we were leaving. The druids and all of them came from the southern direction, so that is likely where they're holed up. We do know that the seeds, though, have been separated from us for some time. We've been keeping them in different locations throughout the country. It's the one specifically that we had here that we believe was stolen.
Was stolen?
Yes, by the druids in question. So let me go back and reiterate that because I didn't really explain that very well.
Yeah.
This is out of character. There are 3 seeds in total. 2 of the seeds are in different locations elsewhere in the country. I don't think they were stolen themselves. I'm not entirely sure about that at the end, but one of them was taken by the druids and is in their possession, likely back at their camp to the south.
We specifically don't know why they fall. Or he doesn't.
He
Just
does not disclose what it can do, and he doesn't know why they want it, but he does know. He does to say that it is powerful, and that they want it, and for whatever reason, likely because the crone asked them to, because she has her own abilities, etc. May augment them.
Why don't you just fly over to their camp and get the seed back then?
You just say that very
Yeah,
nonchalantly.
we're just
Oh,
straight
yeah.
up
No, I
accusing them
definitely
of
just-
being were ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, you just kind of just skip the whole act.
Yeah.
He gives you a pointed look, and before sighing and saying, "Okay, apparently you are even more capable than we thought."
Obviously.
But yes, we
But
we could do that, but it would be very dangerous since, one, not all of us are very capable at fighting, and I don't want to leave my family unprotected. And 2, we don't know to what extent this crone, this hag, might know about the location of the other seeds and their importance, and whether they might have people looking for those seeds. And but his point being is, like, he doesn't know if it's safe if he went for the seeds locations elsewhere. Like,
So
Those-
they currently do not have it. The druids were just looking for it on their farm.
yeah, yes.
Right.
More accurately, they took one of the seeds from the vineyard to their camp to the south of the vineyard, and then the 2 other seeds were already hidden in other locations outside of the vineyard. He has not
So-
told where.
Yeah, I was gonna say next.
Ugh.
Do you guys know where these other 2 seeds are?
Of course, we were the ones tasked with protecting them.
Okay. Well, in that case, fly, go get them, and bring them to us because they're much safer with
That's
us.
what he was responding to earlier when he said that it's not safe to just leave his children
Oh.
behind. Like, some of them are, like, 2 of them are pretty young.
I mean, Lucian's
Yeah,
great
we
with
could
animals,
watch it.
right? So.
Yeah, we can watch your kids. Oh wait, you're talking about.
He can take care of them.
No. This is different. These are just innocent.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I didn't describe they one of the daughter, the oldest daughter, has a infant girl. I missed that. Yes. So yeah, and he says that my daughter Stephania is a weird name. Doesn't won't leave her girl anywhere. She wants to be sure that she's safe. Her husband could come with me. He's fairly capable, but as I said, I don't want to leave my family here unprotected when we don't know where the druids are or to what extent their abilities are.
Yeah, we could
Well, let's make a
escort you to
deal.
Valoki or something if you need safety, but we need to make sure they don't have a powerful weapon to use against us. But
Yeah, let's just make a deal. You guys go get the other 2,
And
we'll
we'll
stay
look care
here
of
and
your
protect
kids.
your family.
and if need be, we retreat to Valoki, which is a safe location, or the city on top of the hill, the town on top of the hill.
He says that could work, but I'm hesitant still. I mean, he's worried. He's visibly concerned. Like he's
Oh, yeah.
looking back and forth between you and his family, and he doesn't seem like he's bullshitting you, just on first glance at least. And says, "What if they have people already there?" And one of the seeds we hid in a village to the southeast.
Is
What?
Have you, Perez? He says, have you heard of it?
Ah, fuck.
is Cole strong enough to carry someone to escort him? Like 2 people go on Cole's back as a bird or something?
I said before only one person he could carry.
Yeah, that's fine.
And these people are were-ravens. If they wanted to, they could just transform and fly. And that's already been declared. So what Lucy was suggesting with that, the dad and maybe the husband of the daughter would fly over and try to grab one of the seeds. But he said that one of the seeds is in Berez, the other seed is in... Where is it? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna need to make that a different location then. So what am I gonna do? Man, I have to pick a location. Give me a second. I don't actually know where the other one is because
Castle
I want-
Ravenloft.
Yeah, it's the last time. I'm gonna do it this way. One of the seeds was taken by them to their camp southward on Yester Hill, pointing in the southwestern direction, but like implying that it's past the vineyard, like in the direction of the vineyard, but keep going that direction.
Right.
One of them is in Berez, place that you already know about, you've been to.
Yeah.
And then the other one was last. I'm gonna say.
Thought that was in an enemy camp or something, one of them.
Yeah, but that's the one he's describing in the camp. You already said that. Like that's
right.
yes, Jester Hill is the location he's referring to.
Oh, I see.
Is the camp right for the camp? That's where the camp is. The third one, the last time we saw it, we left it in possession of a confidant of ours, with the Vistani.
The Vistani?
In their camp. Yeah,
The-
so maybe I'll be back at the Sarah Pool, if you guys remember that. That's a long time ago, near the beginning of the campaign, where you guys got the fortune read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. The Dastani are typically servants of Strahd, right? I mean,
Yeah. They don't usually play well with others. Not a great
all of
idea.
them. And they are a fractured group with many different affiliations, though you're not wrong to be suspicious of them, as most do have some sort of allegiance to or deal with Strahd. All the same, I suppose we could try heading over to the Sarah Pool and talking and meeting with our ally there and seeing if they are in possession of the seed still.
well, this will be your mission, I suppose. It's whatever you think you can achieve. We're just gonna keep watch at your kids, basically, until you return.
Yeah.
All right, and he says, let me go speak to my my boys and see what they would be willing to do. I'm not going to needlessly endanger my family if they're unwilling, but I do agree that it may be wise to ensure the safety of the seeds as soon as possible. And we do have the means to get there quickly.
Yeah.
Look, giving Lucian another, kind of like an eye roll look, like
Lucian just
as
says,
you would know.
yeah, he just says, I've met a lot of ravens and other hybrid creatures in my lifetime. Don't worry, you're not the first.
Yeah, and they're an exception from. They're not like shape changers in other ways. So that if they're different than like a mimic, not a mimic. I mean that is a mimic, is right. But there's a specific species called like shape changer. I think I can't remember the call
Shifter?
specifically. Yeah, something like that. Shapeshifters. The insight, your God, I keep getting this confused. True sight would automatically see through,
Mm-hmm.
but that does not work for were creatures.
Right.
It's more biological than magical.
Yep.
Anyway, he goes over to back to his camp if you let him. If you're done talking to him, and speaks to his family. They all look quite concerned, and they seem to be arguing with each other for a time before the father comes forth with the husband of the daughter that I mentioned before. He introduces the husband as, where is it? Dag. He says, oh yeah, he hasn't introduced himself. By the way, we haven't formally introduced ourselves. He puts out his hand to probably Lucian, because he was the one in front of everybody else, and says, my name is Davian Markov. This is my family, and this here is my daughter Stefiana, husband Dag. And Dag introduces himself. He's a little bit different looking. He has like a lighter shade of brown of hair and darker skin by comparison. So it's obvious that he's not a son. He's a husband. He's outside the family, and he just gives you a nod of respect, and then Davian says, I managed to convince them that we should go ahead with your suggestion, though you must promise me that you will keep them safe.
Yep. Put out my hand. Say, we'll keep them safe.
He takes it and gives it a more firm grasp than he did before with just meeting you, just introducing himself just moments before, and he gives you an extremely serious stare of like, you better not fuck this up kind of look. And then
I just match it.
he just nods to Dag, and they start sort of making out into a jog and then into a run in the direction of the pool before jumping up in the air, transforming into ravens. Obviously, very large ravens. Not as quite as big as Cole's giant eagle form, but somewhere in between a normal raven and that. And they fly away in the direction of the Sarah pool. Okay, so that is taken care of. As this has all been going on, because you guys took so long, the force that Cole has been surveying this whole time has mostly moved into the winery itself, and started looking around for all of you. You need to roll perception checks to see if they find.
Oh shit! I left 4 behind. We have to go back, guys.
Yeah. We need to roll perception checks to see if they find the traps, and if they don't, how much damage they take. The first one is much more likely to hit, but I still need to check all the same.
So I guess while we're sitting there, just watching these people do whatever, I'm gonna just kind of gather everyone together and be like, well, if we saw their whole army moving towards the vineyard, maybe their camp has been left unguarded, and we can get the other stone back.
I mean, I like the idea of attacking that camp anyway. I mean, sure, we could do that, but we still had to look look after the rest of their family while they're away, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you guys sure you're not still scared of the living hut there?
I know, we will avoid the living hut at all costs, but that's
Yeah, we're gonna try not to fuck with her soon.
I mean, just say, I can, yeah, deal, like, decapitation strike while the army is out, but assuming, like, Baba is Baba,
Messiah.
just say Baba Yaga.
Tiger,
Just-
she's probably not altogether alone, she's probably with her hut, right? Well, we're assuming, maybe she's just in that group.
Mm.
You know that they're affiliated. You don't know where Baba Lysiga is.
Yeah, I
You
just
don't
like
know
it.
if
I
she's
like
at-
the idea of attacking her allies, not her directly. It's-
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
did you mean, like, rob them of whatever?
well, we
that's-
I was
need
thinking
the
more
seed from
like-
them as well, but yeah.
I gotta
was-
say, by the way, like, I'm curious what that seed is and does. I'm not convinced it's very totally important. Seeing he
I mean, he-
can't even tell us what it does.
Mm.
He did not go into any specifics. But what he implied was it's a natural thing that augments magical abilities.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah,
So-
sure, but I mean, I understand like what the narrative stress here is, but I was just saying, like, that was very vague from him.
Vague.
Yeah. He didn't go into a whole lot of detail, but he didn't want to like, because he didn't feel like it was that important. Because he didn't want. Also, he doesn't know to the full extent of what it can do. It's more that they were tasked with protecting it than using it.
but I think what's more important than like him describing it is the fact that Baba Lysiga is willing to send an army of her underlings to go
That's
get
a
it.
very good point. I had not considered that.
Yeah, so
Because,
you kind of think about it from the other direction. Is yeah, if he's using that much force, then it must be good.
Yeah, like we fought through stick guys to get to the vineyard, then we got there and fought another army of blights, and then there were more on the way. Sounds like she really wants this thing.
Yeah, I mean, she wanting it is a good enough reason for me to not give it to her. So
Mm.
All right, so
Or
Let's do
consider
it
this:
this way.
we could trade the seed for her house.
yeah, you guys don't know specifically where she is. She could be at Yester Hill. That would be terrible. Because I mean, then you'd have to fight the army and then her, and they could have more reinforcements there. You don't know to what extent she has.
yeah, but I think aside from this here, Lucy was about to lay down a plan, right?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
was just saying, since it seemed, at least as far as Cole's perspective, like there were 30-ish, 20-ish, however many, just beings marching.
I'm gonna go to the
towards
map and then give it a rough. I'm gonna go to the battle map that I set up for that. I'm gonna say, it's at least 3 dozen.
Yeah. So there was a lot of people headed towards the vineyard, which means
Yes.
they all left the camp. And so if
Yes.
they're all going to be protecting the vineyard now, maybe since they don't have those forces at the camp anymore, you could sneak in and try to stealthily take the seed back. From,
Yeah, that
whatever.
just so you know, that is an assumption. You don't know for certain that they're trying
yeah,
to
no.
protect the vineyard. You just know that they're
Yeah,
moving
I don't
in
know.
direction. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's under my assumption. That's
right.
like, I know.
That's your in character assumption. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I think it would be best if we wait till maybe night. To maybe not tonight. But
Yeah, how I was gonna do this mechanically speaking is would be better if we did it next time, in next session, because
For sure, yeah.
with how many enemies it is, it could take an entire session all by itself. It's probably one of the biggest combats you guys have ever done.
Are you going
You
to
were to
set
go
up the
for.
map before we enter this time?
Yeah, I already did. I mean, that's That's what he saw. That's what Cole saw.
Yeah.
I took him to that map.
Oh, I
previously.
thought I thought
mean,
you were talking
for
about the
sure,
vineyard,
we should,
not the
like,
field. I thought you
Get
were talking.
topped off, wait for the dead of the night, and then have like an assault plan to like.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will need to know very specifically, are you guys planning on attacking the forest outright, or are you going to just try to sneak around it to go to Yester Hill, or...
Probably
Some
that
combination.
second one. Probably just.
So,
Alright.
what do you guys think?
I'm thinking sneak around.
There also could be a time limit, because, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't know exactly what they were doing. They came in the direction of the vineyard, and Cole right now sees them looking around at the vineyard. A trap went off and maybe took out a blight or whatever. You don't know, but
Yeah.
you see
I'm gonna
some
watch them
scrambling.
as long as I can. Like I'm gonna perch in a tree, maybe within like 50 feet of the building, and just kind of like watch and see what they do. And then like once I realize that my wild shape is almost coming to an end, I'm just gonna take off and fly into the forest and then find the party.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see the force kind of spreading out all across the around the house and the vineyard itself, kind of back into a similar position to what they had before, just in a much greater, stronger force. By the time you leave, and by this point now we're back into like the early evening. The whole day has gone through.
While we were just sitting there, we
Yeah.
just rested.
I was gonna.
This seems like we should all be on either way.
I was gonna say, is
I
there
mean,
any particular time of day that we might have a better advantage over them? Like, do they have night vision, so
Night
avoid the night, so they don't, so we can attack at night? Or
I mean, most of us have dark vision except for you.
yeah,
Yeah. Let me just make sure that you guys would know certain things, like, hey, I know something about this creature.
anything that
Yeah,
terrain or time would
um,
give us an advantage. Yeah.
Cole knows outright that natural creatures like this typically have essentially blind sight.
Hmm.
They can feel through the natural environment themselves, like as long as they're touching the ground, that they can essentially sense movement within it. So it's pretty hard to sneak past them. Yeah. But Cole also saw that not all of them were just like blights or ents or whatever. Some of them were actual humanoids and like humans. Yeah.
I mean, it might also be a good idea not to fight druids in the middle of a forest where they have the home turf advantage.
That's very true. Like a vineyard is actually like good grounds for us. There's not much for them to work.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
mean, there's not. All you can do is like manipulate the grapevines themselves, and that's not a whole lot. As opposed to the forest itself, which is just more and more tree blights, which are dangerous, or other natural phenomena.
Really, if
So are
we
you guys saying we should assault Vineyard, try to weaken them before we take the hill, or
Because I mean, here's a realistic thing that could happen. You guys could go get to Yester Hill to try to get the seeds, or seed,
And they
and then they turn around and
Yeah.
head back because you're delayed too long because of another fight there. I mean, Baba Lysiga could be at Yester Hill for all you know, and then that would be
yeah, and then we're like both sides, or right?
yeah.
I do ask
Okay,
Cole
listen.
if he did see the house inside the swarm of enemies he spotted.
Yeah, I mean, he was watching over the house. He saw the trap get.
No,
Yeah.
I meant the Finamajig's house. Did you spot that inside the enemies that were approaching?
Oh, did he spot Baba Lysiga's house
Yeah.
amongst them?
Exactly.
No.
Okay. Well, then
But
it's
I
better
mean,
to take
he
on
didn't
them.
he didn't give a detailed account of every single specific enemy type, but he did see large entities. But he would have recognized Baba Lysiga's house, and he did not say that he saw that.
Oh yeah. That would have that would have caught my eye.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that she won't be at Yester Hill.
I mean, listen. Let me make the case for an assault now, right? One, they're not going to expect it. As far as they know, we just run away. And we don't know shit, except there's like a wide yard.
True. From their
Uh,
perspective, you're just a bunch of adventurers, or at least capable fighters.
I mean, from their
that came to the
perspective,
vineyard for some reason.
there's probably
Nobody
like a
figured out.
20-word message sent via animal messenger
Yeah.
and lots of corpses, right?
Yeah.
So we just come from an angle, like say this direction. Well, we have the element of surprise. We don't want to get circled in, and as I said, it's good rounds for us for the fight. Because remember, that's kind of they're gonna be in tight quarters. You know what I'm good at? Grilling people in tight quarters.
You are
Yes.
pretty good at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, why
I
don't you
could
just
say in a very big way that Darius is going to be a linchpin in the fight. If he can get off a couple good fireballs and stuff, it could dramatically.
So, are you saying we should capture the house and fight from within the house or the vineyard?
No, I'm saying we should assault them there and make the terrain work to our advantage.
But consider, if we go into the forest, you can just fireball all the trees away. There will just be no more
fucking
trees.
fire! Sure,
You
let's
just
fucking
start a
forest fire
fire.
everything.
Then they can't use anything against us.
I mean, to an extent, yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean, there'd be little point of going
gonna-
there if there's no cover
That
of
would,
the
that would
forest.
cause a lot of attention. I could see that. A lot of
Oh,
things
yeah.
happening in response to that.
Oh yeah, no, I mean just as I assume at that point we would have already been spotted.
Right. I mean,
If they were trying to make more blights, you could just
right. Of course. Yeah.
fireball.
I agree with that. That is a
No,
good
fair,
point
sure.
there.
I'm just saying it's a lot of potential. Third, it's a lot of potential problems if we're gonna get pincered with that
That's
force behind
That's-
us when we are assaulting the hill.
We can fight them in
Yeah.
the forest, or we can fight them on the farmland, or we can go inside the house and try to be defensive about things. And personally, I like that one far better.
That's
If
true. You have to get there first. Right now, they're in possession of the.
I mean,
of the
Cole
house.
can pick up one of us. I can teleport at like 500 yards with someone else. So I don't think getting there.
Yeah, but I mean, they have some pretty.
I mean, they have like set up that, right? I'm just picturing.
They're in the house right now.
Hmm.
They it's been long enough that they've reached the property and they're in the place.
It's kind of annoying that we did
Well,
leave.
I'm just
we
thinking
did
there's
have
like a
good
dozen
chance.
that's
Yeah.
inside us.
I do agree that trying to choke them, get into a choke point, is a good idea. I agree with Chris as far as not
Where
doesn't
to
say there's a
fight.
suggestion. It's more of an acknowledgement of the fact that that could work. But they do have creatures with them that may counteract that more so than before.
Yeah, what specifically new did you see, Cole, from the air? I mean, you said there's new people with them.
Yeah, and you would have the knowledge to identify everything. There's nothing
Yeah,
there
it's-
that you wouldn't know, other than maybe the formal names of the things out front, the human things.
Oh, I thought you said like they brought some like tree muscle or something, like big.
Yeah,
ones, so-
that's what I'm saying. He can identify all that, so I'll just help you out. You know that they have more twig blights, more needle blights. Those are things you guys have already fought before. Some masses of vines. I'm not going to give the exact name because I don't want to spoil it too much. And then large moving trees that are much larger than the twig blights, but similar in nature. Multiple druids with a similar caliber to before. Will-o-wisps, and just armed.
Oof.
So they're basically
bandits.
just getting a large amount of numbers against us. So with enough
Yeah,
area of effect spells, I suppose we could counter most of them.
yeah. The
Yeah.
hard part is that you only have 5, and the way that combat works in D&D, it can be really bad in numbers. Like,
Yeah,
essentially,
they
you
get
get like
30
20 rolls or it doesn't really matter how good your armor is. You can just
Yeah.
you start to.
Which is another good reason to hold up inside the house rather than outside.
Well, but consider earlier
Yeah.
in this fight, I mean, I had pretty high armor, but there were just so many blights that they happened to get 2 crits and took half my health.
Okay, I have a
Sounds like
question for
quite-
Cole. How close did you get to them?
He was above them to
How-
an extent that he could see all of them. He was able to identify them all, at least in basic nature.
Yeah, but what are we like? What are we talking about in feet?
How big the tree blights were?
No, how far away was he? In like
Yeah.
100 feet? Or
Yeah, he was 100 feet over, is what he said.
well,
But he had fantastic vision.
and they didn't blast you out of the sky, right?
Some maybe like looked up at you, maybe threw a rock or something, but they didn't notice you at first, and it wasn't anything too dramatic. I was asking how close he was, and if he stayed 100 feet away, then there was nothing they did that was too crazy.
I mean, you gotta be really strong to throw a rock 100 feet in the air, right?
Yeah, but these are some crazy things. Just put it that
That's
way.
okay, that's fair. If it's like a tree and throwing a giant rock, you probably
Yeah, just think of the ants from
Yeah,
fucking Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Tactics-wise, we could also like. I don't need to be on the ground, and potentially someone else doesn't need to be on the
Are
ground.
you saying
either.
you're going
We
to
can just
fly
be
in
lost.
Cole's back and fireball them from the sky? Because that would be
Well,
awesome!
I was gonna say I'm just going to fly, but that's also an option, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't
That
light require concentration? So I mean, you'll be able to cast many things, but
Yeah, no wall of fire, of course, but you know, fireball.
Oh, we
Yeah.
could do a like just shock troop like combo. You know, someone rides on Cole, then one casts Featherfall, just jump down in the middle, kill them.
yeah, I mean that could work. You just got to make sure you don't get completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I haven't finalized the enemy force yet. I just gave a Cole specifically what I know I want to be there, but as far as the amounts and position of things, I'm not sure yet. Because I knew you.
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
do
sure,
it.
but I mean, we can. What I'm getting at is, we can force them to come to us because you know when you're blasting them from above, they kind of need to do something about
Act or
that.
die, yeah.
The flying advantage is something that they will have to deal with, but yeah, and you don't know what they can do.
I mean, as far as we know, they're kind of limited in that regard.
Yes, as long as you stay out of reach of like the big tree blight things.
Maybe we should have asked the rest of the family, those you could fight, to help us then, instead of sending them off, but they're already gone, right?
Just from your brief glance over these people, they don't seem like the most capable
I mean,
fighters.
we
Like,
saw
they're
a
better
bunch
than
of
humans.
ravens. We saw a bunch of ravens fight them in the house, so I assume there's some fighters amongst them.
Right, those are just regular old ravens, and there were so many that.
Yeah, I
fighting a
didn't
single
think
man
they were
is very
all
hard.
were-ravens.
Yeah, those are just regular ravens that hang out with were-ravens, just like wolf when you werewolf.
Oh,
We can count on their help, though, right? Probably. Well, unless I guess if they kill them all,
Right.
which is a possibility. To be fair.
I mean,
Even
Yeah,
like-
I'm
I'm
going
assuming.
to be spending the week making sure I got the battlefield all set up with the right number of enemies and you guys, and possibly some more ravens as cannon fodder.
Good, fantastic.
And yeah, you can maybe persuade like one of the older son here to maybe help you, but actually getting him to leave this group here is really challenging. And you guys leaving in general might make him pretty upset. 'Cause
Hey, don't
you
want
have to
to like
defend them,
take
not-
this for granted. Are you guys on board with like assaulting them, or do you still prefer this sneaking option?
I mean, either is fine with me.
I mean, I prefer the sneaking because I don't think I don't know. 20,
So
30,
what is our actual objective
40,
to
you know.
get the seed, or what are
Yeah.
we trying to achieve?
like get to their camp and yeah, I guess find the seed.
I mean, literally, we could just avoid the battle entirely and just great invisibility someone to. Although that doesn't. Yeah, it's like I could literally sneak into the camp, great invisibility myself, grab the seed, and then teleport away and leg it. So.
I mean, sure, that's. I mean, that's definitely an option. It's just the risk of being
Yeah,
pincered.
there's no telling who has it in their possession and whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you
what
know,
if
if
one
it's-
of
if
those
it's
tigers
in
that
the
are
hands
actually can deal
of-
with greater invisibility or something. Like, there's a bunch of variables.
Yeah, you know, if it's in the hands of Baba Lysaga, I expect her to have true sight.
I mean, that's what the rest of you guys could be doing. You could be distracting them by, I don't know.
Yeah.
Burning down the forest.
You're burning down the forest. There you go. Fireball from the dragon, burn down the forest. That seems like a great distraction. I sneak in, try to grab the seed, and as soon as I do, we can retreat. And
But as far as time-wise, I was intending that we stay here to protect Raven people until the other guys got back, at least.
yeah. Do we have
I
time
was
for a long
definitely
rest?
Intending to keep my word in terms like I will definitely stay here and protect. But this is just for some for after they get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that's what that was Lucian's intent.
Okay.
But I assume that will happen.
What are you talking about for time frame? Like, they need a while to get back, right?
I was figuring you guys are in a long rest, and then they'll get back sometime during that.
Okay, so it's not days and days and days. That's
yeah,
sure.
no, I mean,
No.
No, I was also
I mean-
assuming we'd do like a long
And you
rest.
guys you don't know when they're coming back. They may not come back at all. They may die. You don't fucking know. But
Yeah, that's
my
fair.
point being is that I'm gonna give you guys a long rest, and then you can do whatever you want to do the next day.
Because we
Whether they
can
get
we
back
can
there.
plan this entire engagement over the week, like say like this plan
Yeah.
or this plan.
We
and-
can, but we need to be like. I think we should, just for making things easier on Shane, decide if we want to do like a battle
Yeah.
next session or like try to
I'm
sneak
gonna
by.
prepare both. I'm gonna be prepared both no matter what because things change.
Well, I mean, it's your work then, dude. But
I know, but
I just feel
people
like we
get
could make things
incapacitated,
easier
and then
for
they
you.
teleport away, and then then they try to do something different. Things happen, so I gotta try to be able to anticipate some of the possibilities, as hard as that is. Like, don't worry about me. Yeah, I would have asked you guys for more information if I desperately needed it, and I know you guys are going to pretty much be either in the vineyard or Yester Hill trying to get the seed back, and that is plenty.
Okay. So we're going to sneak into their camp with a big distraction, and if all fails, we will just fight or retreat. I assume that's the
Yeah.
plan.
hmm
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe
yeah.
we
Can we get like a? Well, we shouldn't. Apparently don't have to decide right now, but I think we need like a show of hands to decide on what to do.
Yeah.
I think regardless, we should attempt to get at least one or two other people to come back us up because this seems like a pretty big up.
I mean, who
Like,
can
we
we
know at
call
least
upon
what's
to
his name.
aid us? We got
Rick
the
Tavio
Yeah.
or whatever. He
Yeah.
would definitely want to help. And the one girl who we robbed,
Esmeralda.
yeah, she probably would want to
Yes.
help.
if there's any options of doing
Um,
that. I don't know if the GM will allow for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you haven't spoken to Esmeralda since you ran into her after leaving Argynvost.
Hey, you wanna
Uh,
let us find a seed? What does it do? We don't know.
No, it sounds cool though.
And then Rick Tavio maybe would help you. I mean, if you told them what it was about, like, oh, in this, Baba the Saga wants to get this powerful artifact for some reason, and it's the Were Ravens are really worried about it, and it's like, I think you told them that.
And I
It's like,
assume the simpleton
Okay.
boy is not an option either.
I think it's for Strahd
He's
specific.
very specifically tied to Strahd on like a spiritual level.
Mm.
Like
It's
he was
like
a
a
prophet.
mythological thing.
Yeah. But these people I suggested because they're like strong, and I'm pretty sure they're both monster hunters too, so they would probably
Yeah.
both care about this very much so.
Yeah, they both are monster hunters. That is correct.
And so like I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take much convincing to get them to help us out with it.
And how well do the werewolves and the werecrows get along?
Well, we killed them.
That one
Yeah,
of them
the
was
werewolves,
remaining.
yeah.
We keep...
As far as canonically goes, they get along fine because they don't really intersect at all. The werewolves are just trying to.
But they wouldn't come to
They
aid them.
that tribe. Yeah, they were just trying to convert and gather forces. The were-ravens are way more solitary and reclusive, so they're just trying to stay away from everybody else. They're like the opposite, really.
Okay. So it's mostly
Yeah,
just
I
us,
have a
or
lot of
one or
ideas
two
and a lot of
else.
plans, and I can give you plenty of stuff for the next session. Yeah, I got a lot here, but I will definitely emphasize that this could be very hard combat-wise.
Yeah.
I want to make it hard because you guys haven't had a hard fight in forever, and it's making me irritated. I guess not irritated. That's a bit
Yeah.
heavy-handed.
It felt like we're being under whelmed.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
know
like,
it-
I feel like I'm not doing my job right.
Yeah, we
You
don't.
guys have had cakewalks for a long time. Pretty much ever since that the Amber Temple, it's just been a joke.
Yeah, we just had the lucky abilities to mostly counter the stuff. It was pure luck on that Ember Temple, at least.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's a combination of good rolls and some very powerful abilities, items, and so forth.
It was mostly the
I mean,
true
here's the
side
thing,
with
like,
users.
D&D is very swingy in general, so
Yeah.
it kinda
Anything
swings
much-
between fairly easy and almost impossible.
Mm.
If it just
Yeah, it
dials
can
up
be,
a
but
little too much, and that's the difficulty
Yeah.
in balancing it.
yeah, but I would rather it get back to a situation with like what happened with Baba La Saiga, where you guys had a moment of terror, rather than more and more situations where you keep running into those golem guys, the amber golems, and just shit in their mouths. Like that's really not my idea of a good time. So it's something I want to improve.
Oh no, it will be a tough fight. We are literally assaulting a semi-army here. This is gonna
Yeah,
be
I would
Yeah,
call it a
that's
veritable druid nature army that has been under the command of Baba La Saiga.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Isn't there like
I
a
mean,
play
fuck,
where
that's
someone fought
fucking
up?
up. Just, I'm also, it's just sounds so great to me, because yesterday in my other game, it like, I think those sorcerer, what's that sorcerer spell called, where you just freeze everything like 300 feet in every direction or something?
I think it's called time stuff or something.
Eternal Winter, or I don't know.
Oh,
He
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember
he
exactly.
used that as like a clutch move in a dungeon, and he aggroed everything on the entire floor. I was just being like desperately holed up in a little choke point. It's been the most fun I've had in D&D for a while. So I'm looking forward to a desperate battle if we want to go that route.
Yeah, I'm gonna be spending over the next week. I'm gonna be spending a lot of my time on perfecting the fight to try to make it as balanced as possible. Maybe people make cameos. Maybe there'll be crazy shit. Can't go into any dramatic detail, but I have lots of ideas.
I mean,
and
how
also
do you
have
test a
ideas
big
of what
fight?
the seeds are used for.
Yeah, how do you test a big fight like that? Do you like pretend the players are characters and say, well, if you use that ability, that would help out here, and it's like, I mean, I have no
Yeah.
idea how you kind of balance the engagements, because
Yeah, as if I've been running this game so far, I've like done very little hiding from the players or any fudging at all.
oh no,
Everything I like roll everything in the open. I tell everything. I pretty much go as it is. and you just guys are just pretty much factually strong and have great luck as far as crits and stuff like that. I don't regret
That's
anything.
so many fucking crits in this campaign.
Yeah,
It's
that was
crazy.
It's a lot of natural 20s and natural 1s. Especially
Yep.
it's kind of ridiculous. But I won't get mad about that kind of thing. That's not saying that upsets me. It's more of the something that if I mess up the balance and like I thought that would be hard and then like you guys just shit on it, like, well, then I made a mistake, at least to some extent.
So I
That
assume.
just happens, Shane. Like that's just.
I
that's
know.
just
There's a
happens.
difference, but there's a difference between it happening once and happening like 5 times in a
Yeah.
row. There's a difference.
Yeah.
If it happens 5 times in a row, then I need to make an adjustment. Is the point?
I didn't really realize until now the game was actually over, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Just
now 5
having a
PM,
discussion. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, my biggest issue is that